Take a step back, think about what is really wrong, and then try out these strategies on how to rekindle a marriage if you're wondering how to fix a marriage or marital matrimony. Explain how you came to fall in love. When you consider how much in love you were with your partner and how strained your marriage has become, it is sad. Get back to the fundamentals and adopt the mindset of when you were first together and first in love if you're considering how to fix a damaged marriage or relationship. Consider and perhaps even write down what led you to fall in love. Think about the qualities about this individual that you adored and that drew you to them. Even though you might have forgotten this, remembering happier times, such as when you first fell in love, might cheer you up and mend your marriage. Write down their best qualities. You might even discover that they are still present but that you haven't been able to contact them recently. Restart your talks and start interacting with one another. Ask your partner to do the same for you after listening to what they have to say. Make it a point to start listening to one another again. You might be surprised to learn what aspects of your marriage were previously wonderful as a result. Are you unsure of how to make your marriage work? Simply listen to your partner and make an effort to understand their needs. Listening has great power. You can salvage your marriage by listening intently. Consider the reasons why your marriage feels unsustainable. Why do unions fall apart? What went wrong, and where? What transpired to bring your marriage to an end? Have you become estranged? Has anyone here cheated? Or did life interfere? It's critical to pinpoint the root causes of a failing marriage in order to mend it. Even after experiencing such issues, it is still possible to save a damaged marriage. Consider a time when things were good before they turned bad, and then work to discover a way to mend a broken marriage or a damaged relationship. Even in the places where there are the most difficulties, have patience with one another. Instead of yelling at one another, engage in conversation. This is a component of listening since it facilitates reconnecting when communication is increased. It will lead you to better times if you are patient and willing to work through the issues. When preventing your marriage from disintegrating, this is an important factor to take into account. Don't let side interests interfere with your relationship. You may have a family, a job, and many other responsibilities, but don't let them interfere with your marriage. Even though a couple's lives are busy, they must remain united and grow together through both good and bad times. No matter how busy life may get, make it a point to date again, communicate more, and maintain your unity. The secret to saving a failing marriage is to keep dating your spouse. It helps since you can hold each other responsible when you set up times to meet up with a clear head. Consider what it would take to re-establish a connection. Make a commitment to talking to each other for even a little while each night. Along with trying, you also need to commit, and this is typically where things go awry. Some people find it difficult to commit, which leads to more issues. Commitment is the first step in learning how to patch up a marriage. We are the first step in mending a shattered marriage. Marriage isn't like that. It would be simpler to point fingers and list all the qualities your partner lacks. You must first examine and work on yourself if you want to address the issues in your marriage. Even though we aren't perfect, if you and your spouse are both willing to work on yourselves before your marriage, everything will work out. So that your partner won't have to shoulder all of your responsibilities in the relationship, always remember to be confident in yourself and complete. Describe your spouse's best qualities and express your gratitude. But my spouse is always making mistakes. How can I fix my marriage? One method for learning how to mend a damaged marriage is to make a list of your spouse's excellent qualities. Naturally, this will depend on the specific reasons why your marriage is struggling. This advice would be useless if it were due to adultery or abuse. You might still employ this strategy if your marriage failed due to priorities that weren't aligned, a crisis, poor communication, or even disagreements about money. List all of your spouse's positive qualities. Although your spouse may not share your priorities, he is an excellent cook, puts in a lot of effort, is loving, and doesn't use tobacco or alcohol. We spend too much time concentrating on what we can't see rather than what we can. It would be simpler to make an effort and look for solutions to mend a shattered marriage if you could respect what your spouse is capable of doing. We wake up one day and discover that we don't know our spouse as well as we once did due to our hectic schedule, children, and stress. Make a promise to one another that you will comprehend one another better to learn how to save a failing marriage. Find out your spouse's motivations, objectives, and pet peeves. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.